Welcome back, friends. We have just finally freed Evelyn from all sorts of horrible torture recordings she was under. We might be a little bit too late, as she is quite clearly deeply traumatized, and we killed a whole load of the awful assholes that were doing it to her, as we try to find out more about the biochip, which has put handsome Keanu Reeves into my mind, and which is also slowly killing me. Good sir, shall we check on the ladies?
It's not up to you, though, is it? Let's go.
Oh, I'm malfunctioning. I just completed the mission, but I'm really starting to glitch. How are we doing?
Her eyes are closed and she's not shaking anymore. I would have already killed her by now if I didn't feel so bad for her.
Look at this octopus. Yo, Nagasaki was in chat earlier. Frag grenade, thank you. Okay, so Judy was angry at us, but it looks like she's found that Evelyn was up to something dodgy anyway.
How many BDs did you manage to rip?
2. Only one of them's intact. Understandable, though. The rest... well, they're in the same shape as Evelyn right now.
Show me.
Give me a sec while I set the parameters.
Guess we'll find out if our doll really did lose her tune. I'll be the first to admit, this does not look good.
Let's not touch her. Yo, I really need you to come to and tell me stuff.
Listen, Evelyn. I really need your help. It's important. If I don't do anything, and do it soon, I'll die.
Yo, let's drop frames and look in the mirror. Let's slow down a video game. Yo, I'm so handsome in my rugged outlook. Quick smile for the camera. Okay, is Judy all set up for the dives? Oh, she's in here. Oh,
Have a seat.
this is Judy's place. I wonder where all her gubbins was. Let's get to grips with what needs to be done.
All right, roll it.
Data was in pretty rough shape. Not all that editable.
Glad you managed to salvage them in the first place.
Needs a second to load. Quality's lousy, but I did what I could.
Oh, epilepsy warning.
Every single piece of tech I see, security. We need a layout of the whole room. We will get everything else we need from the virtue.
What about his messages?
Only if you can do it and be parfait, Boris.
It's most important that he suspect nothing. Try to be your usual, relaxed self.
And if he starts talking about the biochip himself, should I...
Biochip? Where you hear this? That is not of interest to you. You spin the virtue, you come back here. We give you the eddies. That is your one job. The rest is none of your concern. Understand?
Oh shit, there was a separate group that wanted the biochip, and they're the one that told Evelyn to record Arasaka's hotel room. So she went in, did all the recording of Noboru, and instead of going back to whoever this person was, she came to Dexter instead to get hooked up with us so that we could steal it instead of them. Evelyn, mate, you are playing a dangerous game. What's happened so far? Todge. Todge. Basically, I'm the hitman for the head of Arasaka's security and private detection network. I was sent out to Mexico to get involved in the hit that Militech did, which ended in the deaths of 3 Arasaka agents. All my biomed levels were off. I was puking up. I was highly stressed. I'd come back to work and been given yet another job to actually go out and kill my boss's main competitor, a lady who also worked within Arasaka. I was told to basically slap her and slap her hard, and in order to do this, I was going to use one of my lower level contacts below the Corpo sphere, this random heavy called Jackie, who I wasn't particularly tight with at the time. I met Jackie in a club and asked him to actually pull out the hit situation, and he declined. He said, look, SA, one day you hit someone, next day they hit you. And he wasn't actually down for being used. Unfortunately, before our conversation could end, 3 other Arasaka security agents came in and met me in the club. They didn't work for me or my boss. They worked for the lady I was going to put the hit on. She'd beaten him to the punch and was defanging him by kicking me out of the company. They removed all of my implants, but I still had the money in my back pocket I was going to use to pay Jackie, and instead we used that to start a new life in the form of a lovely 15-minute montage where I got really in with Jackie, changed all my clothes, started going clubbing, started getting involved in a mercenary life, a fresh start in the big night city. Then we had one of our kind of lead things set up, T-Bug, the third element to our pie. She's kind of a digital network lady and put us onto a job along with this lady called we're going to call her Mikoto because I can't remember. It's the old lady Wakako. Old Lady Wakako in the Japantown district put us onto a job where this lady had her implants turned off and she'd gone missing, even though she had high-end upgrades and technical insurance, which meant she should have been immediately saved. So it turned out a gang had stolen her and was putting her on ice and blocking all of her implants and stuff. It was like our original foray into getting used to how dark the city can really be. So we saved her. Wakako offered us a bit of a payback and a gift for that, but we actually had to leave that area of Japantown because the city was getting put on lockdown. Thankfully, Jackie managed to sweet talk his way past the not really doing her job NCPD lady, saying he had to go visit his old lady and he was trying to do his best. She let us through before the lockdown fully kicked into place, and we saw an example of MaxTac, the NCPD's high-end combat SWAT team that just come in and do immediate murders. Then we made it home. I needed to go back to my flat, Jackie needed to go off to see his girlfriend, and I had a night's rest. When I woke up the next day, I met Jackie downstairs in front of a flat because he wanted to put us onto this brand new job, but in order to do so, we had to meet this fixer called Dex. So the fixers in Night City are just a group of people that put the right kind of workers in touch with the right kind of people who have the right kind of information and make the job all come together, and they basically take a hard kind of hit of the cash. Dex had gone off of the scenes for the last 2 years, and he'd only recently come back, known as a chill guy, but not necessarily one that we could trust. But I thought actually I had a brain virus from hacking the first lady back in the bathtub in our first mission with Wakako, so I had to go and see a friend of Jackie's called Vic. He's kind of a pretty laid-back dude who can do Ripper Doctor stuff, and he's actually like a really chill guy who did a load of work and upgrades on us, but made us not have to pay him immediately, and thus I find myself in debt by about 21,000 euro dollars. We go and meet Dex. He checks us out to basically make sure we're the right kind of person of the job, because he's the kind of guy who works on intuition about finding somebody with potential instead of having like these long-term gangs, which is why I'm both new on the scene but also doing our high-end thing. His job was to put me in contact with Evelyn Parker, Little Miss Blue Hair, who had some information about finding this particular nanochip and how we were going to steal it. That information she had because she'd recorded her way around a room of the man in a hotel, Narobo Arasaka, the son of the most powerful corporate company in the world at this stage, seeing as the American government collapsed back in 1996 and Japan and Arasaka kind of took over, even though Militech still does the military side of things. So he was going to put me in touch with her for this hit, but because he's a fixer, he knew the tech we needed, a flathead robot. Fortunately, one had been recently stolen from a military convoy by a bunch of scav scumbags and a guy called Rorge who'd taken over from another guy called Brick. Now, we went actually to go and help them out, but another Militech lady was hot on their tail. She introduced herself to me quite violently, gave me some money on a studded chip, which was basically full of a virus, and she was like, go and buy that Militech robot and pay them off, but use my technology money to do it. Fortunately, I know what I'm doing because I come from a corpo background, so I actually got the credit chip, destroyed the virus, meaning the money was good, went over to the scav hideout, had a little bit of a tense situation where they showed me the flathead military robot that they'd stolen. I bought it, I gave them the money. The original lady who screwed me over with the credit chip panicked because she thought maybe I was actually going to work with them too tightly and she wasn't going to get stuff back. Invaded with a Militech force, which I fought off against, whilst freeing Brick, the original leader of the scavs, instead of Rorge from like a different room, which I found very, very quickly with no help from chat whatsoever. And then we actually finished off the Militech robot agents. As I came out, the other Militech guy, a man who the original Militech lady thought might be like the mole of the situation, had come back into power and kind of done a little bit of an internal Militech coup. So he was quite cool with us, basically saved our life, didn't have any trouble. We realised all of the Militech mercenary agents are in fact criminal rapist scumbags and just really nasty human beings, but we didn't really want to engage them right there. And then we went off to do the next part. We got over to Evelyn. She works in a club with all the Mox girls. Judy's one of the Mox as well. It's a gang of ladies who basically have formed from all of the people who slip between the cracks in society, so it's all hookers and prostitutes and so on, but kind of unionize and actually look after each other. And so in this club full of brain dancing and other interesting fetishes, including weird sex in a club by a man with a chicken face and sausage fingers, did our first brain dance, which is where we looked at Evelyn's evidence. Remember, that's the evidence that Evelyn recorded, which apparently this lady told her to do. not something she did of her own idea. Why, we don't yet know. Hopefully, we're about to find out. Anyway, she gave us the inside intel that we needed on the hotel, and we managed to form a plan along with T-Bug. We went and met Dex, everybody in real life. With the robot, we were able to plan out how we were going to go into Arasaka. We took this special AI taxi service, which is all automated, that took us over in. We're all dressed up in glad rags, went up into the hotel, saw like video games designers and some of the worst of society doing their own thing, used this robot in a cloaked form to go in and patch into the hotel security, which let the third part of our pie, T-Bug, actually listen in and start to turn off all of the security systems. Then me and Jackie went upstairs. Remember, we're unarmed at this point because we need to be into this high security hotel, and snuck into Arasaka's room. We knew where this special biochip was, the key of what we're after this entire time, although we didn't know really what it was about at the moment. We just knew it was high-end important technology that we wanted to heist and steal. We went in there, grabbed our hands on it, but the most inopportune moment of society had ever come landed on us right in that moment. The head of Arasaka, Noburo's father, came down to visit him because he knew the chip had been stolen from Arasaka HQ by his son, who is a bit of a rebel and not really working for the company. So whilst we were hiding and watching behind a TV wall monitor, he basically flipped, killed his father in front of us, pretended that his father had been poisoned by other attackers. His own bodyguard, a massive robo-man called Adam Smasher with a past link to Keanu Reeves, and his father's bodyguard, this kind of, is it Takayama or Murasaki? I forget already, comes in and they're just like, yo, what's happened? And he's like, yo, my father's been poisoned. And they're just like, yo, I don't really believe you. And he's just like, yo, the king is dead. Long live the king. I'm now in charge of Arasaka. And they're just like, yo, okay, I guess that's pretty much what's happening right now. And me and Jackie are like, fuck, now the security is here. The hotel is on lockdown, even though this was supposed to be a quick in and out. We had to jump off a roof before we got shot down by a massive Arasaka drone. We slid down. Jackie started to get really badly injured. The case that was containing this biochip got breached, and the problem is that the biochip had to be either kept at a very low temperature or in use, otherwise it would degrade. So Jackie puts it in his own head, and then we have to sneak and gunfight our way out of the massively armored hotel. It's a nightmare. Jackie's really hurt. We get down in the middle of a firefight, and the automated taxi service pulls up. We jump in, but Jackie's been mortally wounded and shot. We have an explosive exit, but my friend dies, and just before he does, he reaches into his head and plugs the biochip into me, and then he's gone. I'm distraught. The automated taxi service is going to take care of the body, but I'm outside the original hotel where we're supposed to be meeting Dex. Dexter D. Sean, that big guy that put the whole thing together and made all the right people meet up. He's really cool, right? He'll know what to do. I go upstairs and all of that cool veneer is gone. He tricks me into going to look into the mirror in the bathroom, then beats me up and then shoots me in the head because I've brought too much heat down upon him when we screwed up the mission. However, he shot me with a low caliber gun, and I'm basically still alive, or barely just, in a trash heap where he's dumped my body, and something very interesting happens. The biochip that's put into my head carries the persona of a dead terrorist punk rocker called Johnny Silverhand, who led a terrorist nuclear assault on Arasaka headquarters 50 years ago, back at the end of the Fourth Corporate Wars. Remember, these mega technology companies are destroying each other. You've got giants like Militech and Arasaka who are always vying for space. They also run private military organizations, and because they were both attached to some different industries which went to war very briefly, they went to war on their behalf. Then they gave up the association. Militech and Arasaka just kept fighting and fighting. They burnt out the internet as we know it in their virtual war, like we lost that access to information technology. Arasaka had an AI program start laying mines in the ocean, which actually went a little bit rogue and tried to blow up everything altogether. So now ocean-going shipping is completely no-go. We've got high-end orbital satellites and homes living in space for the highest of the highest class. But basically, the Fourth Corporate War just was like a nuclear devastation in the middle of the city for Arasaka. That's what kind of made them back down a little bit and gave Militech a bit more footing and standing in the Neo-USA. Because obviously Arasaka had taken over things back in 1996, which was, I did not sleep with that woman. She did not suck my junk. You know, what's his name was in power? Clinton, there's the guy. So now we find ourselves in a really interesting situation because the actual engram or personality of Johnny Silverhand, said rocker terrorist, is in my brain. It actually kind of kept me alive, and it took over the gaps of where I should have shut down my own body and died. So I'm kind of still alive down there, And Dex D. Sean, that scumbag himself, has gotten in touch with the head of security of Arasaka, the former head of security of the former Satoshi, and now the head of security of Nobuo. He's found me, he kills Dex, gets what he deserves, and he's about to take me into Arasaka as a prisoner when he informs his boss, and what happens? Arasaka murder drones come in on motorbikes to kill for both of us. Looks like the new boy has given up on his dad's head of security. It's Game of Thrones, they kick out the Royal Guard. Big bad move because it looks crap on everybody. And so this guy realized, fuck, I've been screwed over by the person I'm now working for, and instead of suddenly wanting me dead or interrogated, he wants me to take him to Vic so I can get looked after. Vic kind of saves our life, but my god, he's distraught because he's aware that Johnny Silverhand is in my memory, and that engram is slowly taking over my body. Johnny Silverhand isn't doing that on purpose, it's just the nature of how the engram works. It's going to kill me, and eventually I might be him. But not before I had an entire kind of memory experience in Johnny Silverhand's psyche the last days of his terrorist attack, because although he dropped the bomb in Arasaka's lift shaft, he didn't get away clean. A younger Adam Savage, a younger Adam Smasher, actually shot down a helicopter that he tried to make his escape in, and then basically he was given this form of psycho interrogation where his entire identity is stripped off of the net where you kind of put onto so that you can be interrogated over a longer patch of time whilst your body dies. However, that is the very chip which went into my head 50 years later. So we're all trying to work out just what the hell is going on as a result of that. And in order to kind of ideally save my own life, I'm trying to find out as much information as possible about the brokers who wanted Evelyn to scan the area to find out where the chip was in the first place, which is what brings us here. So that's basically it, Dodge. So that's why we're watching this recording right now. So let's see if I can actually go to the beginning of the recording, and now I'm going to scan in the other bits.
What am I looking out for?
So we're going to stop here.
If you want.
This is Evelyn, by the way, and see what we can
Can't see her
find.
face.
Under normal circumstances, that kind of encryption's easy to crack. But not this time. Whoever she is, she's got serious net running skills.
What is this, a data church?
I think I recognize these.
What are they?
Vive markings.
You familiar with them?
Not enough to know what they actually mean. Heard of who might use them, though.
Voodoo Boys!
Could be the Voodoo Boys, but that's just a hunch.
Voodoo Boys!
Can't be 100% sure.
The spine-chilling netrunner crew? Hard to find because they don't want to be.
I'm going to need to get in touch with the Voodoo Boys to find out stuff. That could be dangerous. We took one foray into Pacifica, the undeveloped territory area, and it ended in a massive gunfight where I died several times.
Relax, self.
Maybe. All of them are from Pacifica. Now's down our search, at least.
Where did
What
I
now?
just say? Yo, the woman who hired her.
The woman who hired Evelyn. Any idea who we're up against?
Your guess is as good as mine. Sorry, V.
Yo, your girlfriend's been cheating on you, mate.
Now we know what happened to Clouds. They're the ones who tried to flatline her. Launched a nuke at her ship.
So it was punishment? For getting played by her?
Mm-hmm.
She knew more than they thought she knew. Couldn't let that go. Looks like Evelyn never told us the whole truth.
And brought this all on herself. On you two.
Yo.
There's one more recording. Wanna see it?
Sure. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Sure, why not? Nothing
Judy
can
is
surprise
fine.
me at this point.
She's not into guys, though.
Oui, li ale. Ou te gen raison, moi c'est tout intelligent pour ça, côté bien. Moi c'est pas enragé.
Is that Haitian French?
C'est pi bon moyen nous gagner
Yeah, it's like Pigeon French, right?
pour gagner pi bon leader.
What language is she speaking?
I don't know. Haitian Creole? It is the Voodoo Boys.
Yo!
Didn't I? Wait, let me see if I've got an auto. Try scanning the phone.
There we go.
Moi
Yo.
c'est pas enragé. En plus, c'est pi bon moyen nous gagner pour nous arriver sur yon nouveau. Faut que nous prenions là.
Got it. Give it a second.
Heard her mention Yorinobu.
Probably why Evelyn buried this recording deep. Caught another name. Something like Silverhand?
I've heard Pigeon French before, so I know what that is. And I know the Voodoo Boys are the main hackers in this game. So when we looked at that altar and I looked down, when we looked down, I saw a snake in a jar. And it immediately made me think weird sacrifice, voodoo boys. Yo, what's the alt? And why would Johnny Silverhand know where it is?
I don't get it.
It's all in the tea.
What's this have to do with Johnny Silverhand? He died, like, forever ago.
Oh, there he is. Long story.
Long story, trust me.
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
Where were you
Now's
10
not
minutes
the
ago?
best time. Can you give me a minute? I need to go over some stuff in my head.
Of course.
She's like, okay.
Who the woman is? Any idea how we find them?
Fuck, V. I've been dead the last half-century. Sorry if I'm unable to hand you all the answers on a chrome fucking platter when you snap your fingers. One way or another, everything leads back to that Netrunner. Finding her's our biggest priority. If she knows as much as I think she knows about the chip, she can help us out.
Okay, we need to find that lady. Johnny's not in a good mood. I think hearing about the alt has kind of put the nerves on him. I don't know why. I love how they hyped up Keanu in the game and his character's an absolute asshole and you're stuck with him. We're coming round to him a little bit, but he's definitely a moody bastard. Definitely. That's been quite an emotional time for Judy. Evelyn's been...
You got any idea how to get in touch with the Voodoo Boys?
I just want to tell Evelyn she's an idiot. I can't go in. Actually, no. How would I get in touch?
Why? Worried they'll give Evelyn up to him?
No. I didn't trust you at first, but... Well, if you wanted to get back at Evelyn, you would have done it already.
So why the worried look?
I want it all to work out for you. You got a plan?
Oh, yo. Yo, we vibing with Judy. I never thought Judy would be somebody I'd be getting along with quite well compared to Evelyn.
Let me put it this way. The Voodoo Boys wouldn't trust a cat if it walked onto their turf. But someone's got to know a way in.
I might talk to a fixer in Pacifica. If I drive to Pacifica, I'll get put in touch with the fixer automatically. Alright, let's get out of here, guys. Oh, hello. Is that a bag of chips? Yo, where'd you get those chips? So, guys, this is really fascinating stuff. That is one of the main kind of arcs by the looks of it, the main part of the game done. What a miserable day. However, I think it's time we stretched our legs. I have made a lot of money. For a start, I have $30,000 in my sweet possession. Also, I've got a load of guns that we can sell and or dismantle. And also, I look like this. So should we go clothes shopping? I think we can buy the most powerful motorbike in the game and maybe buy some clothes. And we're going to buy some more virus demons. So let's see if we can go to different shops and actually start spending some of this cash. Where even am I on the map? Oh.
Hey, I don't think I know you.
I'm Claire. You might not remember me. Bartender at the Afterlife?
I remember. Every drink is named
Forgot
after
to
a
close
dead
my
person.
tab.
Bar has a buzz about you lately. As the merc who's reliable, gets things done. And since I need help,
Okay.
need a driver for street races. Drop by my auto shop, I'll tell you more.
Yo, I'm great at racing. Wow, I didn't realize Claire might be a bit of a fixer as well. Sounds good.
Your garage, where is it?
In Arroyo, on Valley. Lovely spot, you can't miss it.
Yo, how interesting. Oh, yo, we're still in Japantown, right? Yo, firstly, let's go and find out where the motorbike is. A Quadra 66. Okay, guys, we're going to go look at some cars. Let's look at more than one car before we decide whether or not to buy. Let's ignore the gunfire. Another Delamain mission. Let's get that incredibly fast bike before we do any Delamain stuff. Wait, I have to go all the way up the motorway to get to the bike? Oh, it's 700 meters this way. Oh, it was just taking me up onto the main thoroughway. I didn't realize it was over the river. I assumed the bike would be in Wakako's territory, but it's not. The bike is incredibly far out of her territory. Oh, this is perfect. Do you remember? Those guys are racketeers, but they have amazing cars. Now I remember. This actually works out really well. This is a vibe. Now, this is not even the nicest looking motorbike in the game. A lot of the Arch motorcycles actually look really, really good. But you guys have been telling me this is the fastest motorbike in the game. So let's buy this bad boy. Yo! It just popped out of the ground. Oh, vehicle acquired. It gave me street cred to have this motorbike. A new addition, may it serve. Thank you, Wakako. So this is the Kusanagi, or the Akira. Let's see what it's like with a controller. Oh, it sounds nice. I need to sort out my wardrobe, definitely. But firstly, new motorbike, new wheels. These arseholes over here, racketeers. I might mess them up in a minute. Oh, it's got really good braking distance. Am I in more danger on wet? Yo, how quick can we go? Oh, it's still accelerating. Yo, 140. I don't even know where we're going. 146. 150. 177. Nice. I quite like this indeed. This is much nicer than trying to get to grips with Jackie's bike using the keyboard, that's for sure. Excuse me, could you all fuck off? Well, this is our ride. Now, you know me, I like stealing from racketeers because it doesn't count. Because they're illegals. It doesn't count to get me in trouble. Nice. Oh, my quick hacking's gone up again. Just for giving this lady a hard time. Mikey, what is the time of the drawing streams? Skeleton, I don't have a set schedule. Shall we use this amazing kind of railgun I've got? Yo! Oh, yo, let me ping your gun. Weapon glitch. Yes. Yes. Oh, he's still alive. I love this game. Okay, let's see where the Quadra is. 1.7 kilometers away. This car has no grip, but it's kind of fun. It turns really tightly as well. Yo, this is so much fun with the controller. I can't believe how much fun I was not having with the keyboard and how much fun I am having using the controller. Mate, this game is so good. He's kind of in the dark. Yo, fuck off. Yo, fuck off. I was doing really well until then. Ignore that. That's a fun little motor, that is. I don't know what brand of car it is, but if I see one for sale, I might grab it. Yo, so here's the Quadra Avenger. It's a bit flat, isn't it? Now I know I'm a short man. I know I'm 5'4". But I'm going to be honest. I think this is an Oompa Loompa car. Nah, I was kind of interested, but I don't think it's for me. Okay, we're going to look at one more car. Let's check out the Quadra 66. I might have to save up a clean 55k. Sorry. It's wet. It's wet. It's wet. Add road conditions. Yo, what is this? Oh, this is the Central Corpo Plaza. We're just underneath the thoroughfare in the middle. Oh, I'm back in the American Town gang area. Right, it's just over here. Let's just take a look for the sake of looking. Oh, it is not. It's much nicer than that random car I looked at. Now, is this nicer than the Quadra, the silver one that we looked at? Now, bear in mind the silver one was 4 feet into the floor. But this is quite an aggressive, punchy number. We're going to buy one of these two Quadras, guys. Not now, because we don't have the money. but I wanted to see it and I wanted to know what it looked like. It looks like it might be a lot of fun. Let's get the bike. This will take us no time at all. We've got my main car that I love. Jackie's bike. Jackie's bike looks really good. Then we've got the Akira Kusanagi. And I've got my Frax. My Frax is incredibly slow. It's just a really lovely roller. Hey! Woo! Came in with pace. Get on. Right. Get our map. Upgrading our hacking is crazy, crazy fun. So let's see how we do.
The fuck you want?
Yo, they having fights. But we're here to get stuff done. In terms of doing whatever I want, I love it. Okay, this is not where I thought we were going to be. But this is where we are. I think my bike's going to get nicked. Will you be okay, lovely motorbike?
You gonna wait till I finish what I have to say?
Yo, what do you got?
What's on the menu today?
Yo, talk to me about demons. Contagion. 21 seconds of chemical damage. Short circuit. Yo, it's non-lethal, but that damage is high. We're going to get this because it does incredible damage. Yeah, let's buy this. What was the other one? Cripple movement. Cyberware malfunction. Let's get this. Yo, let's... Yo! I love this song already. It's an amazing day, everybody. I have 1 attribute point and 3 perk points available. Okay, I'm gonna up my body just to use the sniper rifle. So I'm just gonna sink that point into body over here really quickly. Quick hacks deal 100% more damage to unaware targets. Yes! Yo, so that 700 HP quick hack, if I do it on an unaware target, will take off 1400. Mate! Yes, look at my excellent guns. Yes, great hacks. Mate. Right, let's get to that Fred shop. I'm not really dressed for having a motorbike crash. Whoa! Oh my lord! How's my $22,000 bike? It's okay. It's okay. I think it's on fire. Yo, I'm gonna call my other car and hope that my bike magically fixes itself.
Calling all NCPD subcons. Suspected organized crime activity reported on Skyline South. Group of the Valentinos led by Zoe Alonzo at large. Her record includes armed robbery, extortion, kidnapping, and first-degree murder.
Yo.
Night City authorities offering a reward for neutralizing Alonzo's criminal network.
Yo. I'm down to clown. I've just been talking about how lovely my guns are. Right, where's that? 350. I've got to overtake this car. 300 meters this way. A real nasty psychopath killer type. 80 meters, huh? There is a skull over their face. They might be above my level. I might not actually be able to kill these people. Right, let's test out our long-range hacking upgrades we've just been having fun with. First thing I need to do is breach to lower their resistance and stuff, and upload my lovely viruses. Lovely, lovely. Okay, both of those bad boys are all up and in their business. Everybody is now breached with viruses. Oh, he has a terribly large amount of health. Look at that. That only caused him a little bit of a problem. We might have to do this for 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I'm down to clown, but the problem is that if I get some really powerful weapons off of these really high-ranked people, I might be too low of a rank to even use them. I like Short Circuit anyway. Reminds me of a fantastic film about a robot that believed. Anyway. Ah! Oh, they all know that I'm here. This is a problem. That is a very much problem. Let's get some more distance. I think we'll be alright if we keep our minds and hearts open. Yo, what about this range?
¡Esténse al tiro! ¡Hijos de la chingada!
What about this one? I think they've glitched. They're standing still, or I'm far away enough that I'm not triggering them to move. In either case, I'm in a position of power. Love how the bullets just stroke up his torso to his head. Catches fire, a few headshots, a few criticals. Takes off barely anything because he's so tough, but we working him down. And for some reason, his body model is stuck over there. I don't want to get any closer in case he starts moving. Yes, yes. I'm not going to take on the whole gang, but I do want whatever I can get from him.
¡Ay, cabrón! ¡Nos están dando en la madre!
Oh my... Oh, I died already. Okay, guys. We are going to do these boyos right now in the next episode. I'll see you in a sec.